Hello everyone, today I am going to discuss superposition theorem. It is a theorem which is considered in basic electrical engineering or electrical technology. What it states that in a linear DC or AC network consisting of more than one independent sources, the overall response in any branch is equal to the algebraic sum of responses due to each independent source acting one at a time with all other independent sources set to zero. That is, all the other current sources are open circuited and voltage sources are short circuited. Here few points to be noted that we have to consider superposition theorem only when there are more than one independent sources. Also, the sources should be independent, not dependent. And when we are dissolving the remaining sources, here the current sources should be open circuited and voltage sources should be short circuited. Also, if the internal resistance is given, then we have to consider their internal resistance. Let's start with some examples. So here I have taken 3 examples to make you understand what is superposition theorem and how to solve those questions. So here is a very simple example. We have to solve for I1, I2 and I3 as specified in the figure with the directions and the voltage across 6 ohm using superposition theorem. And also the internal resistance of both the sources are given. So let's see how we will do that. First we have to redraw this circuit again. When we are redrawing the circuit, please make a note that you should copy the directions of the question very carefully and also the values of resistance and voltage very carefully. Here directions of I1, I2 and I3 as specified in the question. I have noted them in the side that currents to find are I1 in the direction given, I2 in the direction given and I3 in the direction given downwards. Okay, so first step is to take one of the source. You can take any of the source. I have taken here 6 volt. When taking 6 volt as a source, remove other sources in the circuit but keep their internal resistance. Please note this, that if the internal resistance is given, we have to keep them. We don't have to remove them with the source. When we are removing a voltage source, we have to short them. So here I have shorted a voltage source of 12 volt and keep the voltage source of 6 volt and considered both the internal resistance of 6 volt and 12 volt and also the remaining resistances. Now by any method or technique you can find the I1, I2 and I3. Here what I have done, I have find an equivalent resistance of this circuit. As there is only one source, according to this source I have set the directions of I1 dash, I2 dash and I3 dash. Here the main current is I1 dash because of 6 volt. So I1 dash is distributing in the circuit as I3 dash and I2 dash as we can see. So the direction what I have considered is I1 dash going towards right, I2 dash going towards right, I3 dash going downwards. These direction will be helpful when we will going to find the equivalent currents. Now what will be the equivalent R value of this particular circuit? So I am considering that as figure 1. What will be the equivalent R of figure 1? I have given name as R equivalent dash, which will be how will we find the R equivalent value. As we can see, this limb is in parallel with 6 ohm because this is the main source. So 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 parallel 6 in series with 2.5. So that's why 3 parallel 6 in series with 2.5 plus 0.5. So I have got 5 ohm here. Now we know a total R, we know total voltage, hence we can find the total current flowing from this voltage source which I have given name as I1 dash. So I1 dash is total voltage upon R equivalent, that is equals to 6 upon 5, hence 1.2 ampere and the direction shown is here going to towards the right. Now applied current division rule to find I2 dash and I3 dash. So according to the current division rule, when I find I3 dash will be equal to the total current into opposite resistance upon total resistance of the two limbs where the current is dividing. So here I3 dash is equals to I1 dash into opposite resistance upon total resistance, that is equals to 1.2 because we have finding current in 6 ohm. So opposite resistance will be 2 plus 1 3 and total resistance will be 3 plus 6 9. So that's why 1.2 into 3 upon 9. Hence we get I3 dash as 0.4 ampere and this direction of current I have given is downwards. So that's why I have specified the direction. In similar way we can find I2 dash. Here I2 dash will be equal to total current into 6 upon 9. That comes out to be 0.8 ampere in the direction specified in the circuit, which is going towards the right. Now, what will be the step 2? In step 2 we are going to consider the voltage source of 12 volt. Hence, we are short circuiting 6 volt. When short circuiting 6 volt, we will keeping the resistance as 0.5 ohm and repeating the same process. What is the process? Since this is the main voltage source, the current going from this source, I have taken the direction as I2 dash, and this current is dividing into other limbs. So hence the direction are set by according to this source. Now, I have given direction of I2 dashes. Now I will specify here I2 dash double dash is now left, I3 double dash downwards, and I1 double dash going left, as we all can see. So R equivalent value in similar way we will find, and it comes out to be 5 ohm. So total current now becomes I2 dash because of this 12 volts. So total current will be total voltage upon total resistance. Total voltage is 12, total resistance is 5, what we have find out here. So hence we get 2.4 ampere as my total current because of 12 volt in the direction going towards left. Now, in similar way, apply current division rule and find I1 double dash. I1 double dash going in left direction comes out to be 1.6. I3 double dash, apply again current division rule, and we'll find this by 0.8 ampere going downwards. Now, the main important point is to find the equivalent currents. When we are finding the equivalent current, please note down their directions as well. The directions will be those which we have taken before. So here I1, which will be having the main direction as going right. Hence, the right direction we will be taking as positive, and the left direction we will be taking as negative. So that's why I1 going towards right is equals to 1.2 minus of 1.6. This came out to be minus 0.4 ampere answer. Similarly, we can find I2 and I3. Please note down the directions so that we can apply minus and plus. How we are applying minus and plus, I am repeating again. First see the main current direction and consider that as positive direction. So here main current direction is going towards left. So going towards left will be the positive direction. Hence I2 double dash, which is going towards left, which will be taken as positive, and I2 dash, which is going towards right, will be taken as negative. Hence we'll get the answer 1.6 ampere of I2. Similarly I3, which is main direction is downwards, and as we can see I3 dash and I3 double dash both going downwards. Hence we'll add both of them. Hence we'll get an answer of 1.2 as I3 going downward. Now it is very easy to find the voltage across 6 ohm. Voltage across 6 ohm is the current across 6 ohm into resistance 6 ohm. Hence this will be I3 into 6. What we have found, the total I3 is 1.2. So that will be 1.2 into 6. It comes out to be 7.2 volts is the answer. In a similar way, we can find out the solution of our second equation, that was determine current I using superposition theorem. Here what will we do? There are 3 voltage sources. Hence considering one voltage source at a time and then finding the current through these two, finding the current I. So let's start its solution. So first step is redraw the circuit, and step 1 is consider 5 volt source. When I consider 5 volt source, what will be the direction of current? Because of this source, it's going upward. So first of all, note down the main current direction. The main current direction which is asked in the question, this is the question I have redrawn again. So main current direction is I, and it is going towards left. But due to 5 volt, this main current direction I have named as an I dash, and I dash is also going towards right, left. So now my I dash value will be total voltage upon total R, and that came out to be 5/3 ampere. Now let's consider 1 volt. When we consider 1 volt, the value of current moving from 1 volt will be the main current, and the value of current through 2 ohm I have given name as I double dash. So here I double dash came out to be 0.16 ampere according to current division rule, because first I have find I1 and then applying current division rule I find I double dash, and I have find out 0.16 ampere in the directions shown as the circuit. Why this direction I have taken? It is important to note it down. I have taken this direction because of this source. The main current is dividing in two other limbs. That's why I have taken this direction as positive. Now step 3, consider 3 volt. Now the main source is 3 volt. All the other sources are short circuited because they were voltage source, and my main current name is now I2. Applying current division rule, I will find I triple dash. I triple dash will be came out to be 0.5 ohm, 0.5 ampere in the direction right. Why it is this direction? Because of this source the current is dividing into two other limbs, hence I have considered this direction. Now when we are finding total I, whose main direction was going towards left, so taking left as a positive direction and right as the negative direction, I have considered as 1.6 minus 0.16 minus 0.5, because these two were going towards right and this were going towards left. Hence my answer came out to be 0.94 ampere. Let's consider the third and most important example of superposition theorem. Why it is most important example? Because here it is a dependent source also in the question. Generally students get confused with this dependent source. So let's do this solution. So I have done again the same thing. I have redrawn the circuit. I have also specified what type of source is this. This is source current. This is current dependent voltage source. As we can see, this is dependent on a current which is flowing through in the 15 ohm resistance. So in 15 ohm resistance the current is I, and this voltage source is dependent on this I. Hence we will not take this dependent source as an individual source for superposition theorem. We are going to see in the circuit if there are two other sources also. So there is a voltage source and there is a current source, and I am going to consider one source at a time. So here first thing is to note again that dependent sources are not considered alone in superposition theorem. Please consider that and note it down. Step 1 is to consider the 10 volt source and open circuit the current source given in the circuit and keep the dependent source as it is, and also the resistance in the circuit as it is. So my step 1 is to consider 10 volt source and remove 4 ampere and keep 3i, which is a current dependent voltage source. So my circuit will become this. Here we can see, since these limbs are open now, this is a simple circuit in which we can find through KVL. So applying KVL, I find I1, which was flowing in this direction as shown because of this source, as 0.35. Now when we are considering 4 ampere source, when I am considering 4 ampere source, here when I am considering 4 ampere source, I am short circuiting the other source because of it was a voltage source. Here I can see that there is a current source in parallel to resistance. So I can remove this current source or convert this current source into a voltage source, and that can be connected in series with my 3i2. Now from where it comes 3i2? So here I have considered in my step 2 that current through 15 ohm is I2. So because current through 15 ohm was the current on which my current dependent voltage source was dependent, hence I have named this as well also 3i2, because it is dependent on the current through 15 ohm. So now when I am converting this source, the point to be noted here is, because of this 4 ampere, the direction of current was like this, because it was going through 15 ohm in this direction. But now since we have converted this into a voltage source, the direction will be now this, and my circuit will become this. Hence now applying KVL in this circuit, I found my I2 is equals to 2.14 in the direction shown. Why this direction has to be shown? Please mind it, if I am taking this direction, then it will become minus 2.14. It is also right because now direction is become opposite. So whatever direction you are taking, please take the sign accordingly. Now if we have to find the total I means the total current flowing into this 15 ohm, what was the main direction? That was going towards the left. So now I have to take the left direction as positive and the right direction is negative. So hence both the currents are going into the right direction. So that's why this was minus 0.35 plus 2.414. Hence the answer is minus 2.49 ampere. Thank you.